throwing, Jones. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, when you've got a guy like Marquise Goodwin, a former Olympian, mind you, you've got to devise ways to get the football in his hands, and mission accomplished there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Goodwin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Kenne Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. First play's a run with Nwangwu. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. But the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. The Jaguars 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 35 on 2nd down. Mayfield. He'll get this to Nwangwu. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Nwangwu going to get it on the counter. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They go play action. Mayfield under pressure, and they got to him again. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Brandon Cooks. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Jones escaping the pressure right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Jones eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Rondale Moore. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Open man is Davidson, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's to the tight end, Davidson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, touchdown, Jaguars! Killa Nwangu, 41 yards.
And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Mayfield now. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example. Another incompletion.
Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Mayfield now from the 50. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. On the draw, it's Nwangu. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in the... Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jacoby Myers, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. An extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. 20! And a loose football. And the Jags grab it. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together, come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Jaguars are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Nwangu. Bulldozes past him, and they'll get him down up past the 15. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to Nwangu again on first down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll pitch it to Edmonds. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield on play action. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cortland Sutton, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 21. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 2nd and 10. Jones. Cooks on the quick slant. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the give is Nwangu.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Handoff here to Nwangu. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing Jones. Flushed out right. That pass complete to Moore. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Off play action. Jones escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jacoby Myers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Goodwin, 46 yards. And the Colts are on their way to a 2-0 start. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Sutton. And out across midfield down to the 45. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone. And the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Mayfield with it once more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
On 2nd and inches, Mayfield. He'll find Jones again, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Play fake, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. That one looks like he'll throw here. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Jags come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians, as this ball game is now officially over.